Morning.
Welcome.
Hi all, I'm back from my 5-week holiday.
Who the hell are you?
Wow, thanks Rosie. I was looking forward to telling you all about my trip, but I guess I won't now.
Come back anytime.
Morning. Rosie, you seriously got to stop playing Resident Evil 4 now because it's having a real effect on the workplace.
You vulgar, utterly uncivilized!
Have you ever played a game so much that it changed you? Or at least changed the way you think about that game? My name's Rosie, and yes, I'm still playing Resident Evil 4. As I'm writing this video, I'm currently on my 4th playthrough, but future me will now say if I've moved on to my next playthrough. Yep, I'm now on my 5th. And I'm still having a blast playing it. Is that right, future me?
Yep.
But why is it that I keep on playing this game over and over again? Why is it that even though I still have Like a Dragonetian story to complete, and a Commander Shepard stuck in limbo between Mass Effect 2 and 3, I automatically think, let's do a Resi 4 run instead? Well, I have a simple answer for you.
Because the Resident Evil trophies have rewired my brain.
This story begins in 2020, when a lovely little game called Resident Evil 3 came out.
It was the only thing that happened that year.
Resident Evil 3 released just before Final Fantasy VII Remake, which put me in a tough spot. Did I really want to start a new game with a ticket booked to Midgar in just 7 days? Remember, I also had to do my 9 to 5 job, and had to eat, and clean and tend to my crash effigy. At this point, I was just starting to get into trophy hunting, so clearly my only option was to look at the Resi 3 trophy list and see what was achievable. And you know what? It all looked achievable. So I got the platinum for Resi 3, then a few months later I got the platinum for Resident Evil 2 after Ash approached me begging for help with her show. "Oh Rosie, please, do you have a horror game you could platinum for my spooky streams?" To which I stood there rather humbly and said,
"Why yes, I believe I should be able to get the Resident Evil 2 Platinum in time for you since you're so dependent on me."
"Oh thank you Rosie, my saviour, the best person I know, oh thank you." And now I'm trophy hunting in Resi 4. And please understand, this video is not about getting the platinum. It's about trophy hunting in general in these games. But let's talk about what you need to do to earn trophies in these games, specifically the remakes.
Otherwise, this video would go on way longer than necessary.
First of all, you have your basic collectibles, such as finding all Charlie dolls or reading all files, the usual trophy requirement. But there are also fun challenges for you to do, like having no one stop your lift. "Don't stop my lift! Don't stop my lift! Don't stop my lift! Don't stop my lift!" And shooting Mr. X's hat off his head.
Jesus, stay back!
Then you get a... for free. Think of these challenges as finger food before the main feast. Fun little nibbles that can be done super quickly, accidentally, or after a few attempts.
But the main part of trophy hunting in Resident Evil, the bit that gets under your skin, is the need for multiple playthroughs.
Each playthrough requires you to tackle the game in a different way. This can be quickly, trying to beat the whole game under a time limit or trying to earn that sweet S rank, or cautiously as you attempt to finish it without healing, or a daredevil run when you can only use close combat weapons, or the strategic playthrough where you do it without ever touching your inventory box. You know, the space where you put everything you don't want to carry. Now this may seem daunting. You sit there after your first 10 to 20 hour casual playthrough screaming,
I have to play the whole thing again? But, Red, I'm going to be old and withered by the time I get this platinum.
But you're not playing the game carefully to admire the whole picture anymore. You're going in with a goal. And these focused runs mean you'll see that completion clock going from 15 hours to 2. That's suddenly much more doable, and turns these games into more of an arcade dash. As you go in going pow, bosh, wallop, it transforms from the original horror game into something different.
Of course, playing a game over and over and over and over and over again does have an effect on you.
We all have different ways of coping with the endless repetition. I got so used to hearing the same lines, I start voicing them myself.
Really? Way to go, partner. One step ahead.
Not your partner. Enough with this cat and mouse game.
Carlos! They've breached the room!
It's all over now! Doors locked!
Or questioning what I was actually hearing.
Leave it to me, I'm actually pretty good at this stuff.
What? You mean turning a handle? You're pretty good at that. Turning a handle.
As for me, I'm pretty good at opening doors.
I called Jill Jillian whenever I was talking to her as if she was real. I gave Leon a little song as I was so used to the rhythm of his bounce whilst running. My name is Leon Kennedy. My favorite ice cream, strawberry. And sometimes you've just got to treat yourself and grab that infinite rocket launcher and have a laugh.
But despite all of this silliness, playing these games repeatedly is also quite relaxing.
You enter a zen state as you run through these locations, knowing exactly where enemies are going to show up and how to best deal with them. Like grinding in an RPG. I see these goons have approached me, zap, electricity, and they're down. I see these villagers running towards me, bonk in the knee, and hiya! And doing these things without thinking gives you time to do other things in life whilst working towards your goal in game. Especially when you're going for the quicker times, you begin to see the world in a whole new way. Like Neo finally understanding the Matrix. You remember puzzle solutions so you don't have to go backwards and forwards figuring it out. Just crop, pig, baby, and you're done. And you tap into the tricks to cut out entire set pieces or detours, like shooting the bell tower to end the siege early. Or using the rocket launcher to save Leon and Luis from having to go dynamite hunting. And did you know you could weaken Salazar's twisted statue by shooting it out from below? It's like there's a whole other layer of tricks that Capcom hid away, waiting to be found by the trophy hunters in desperate need of a shortcut. I've ended up watching a lot of live streamers whilst doing my Resi 4 runs, enjoying their content whilst I play. If my mind feels full, I mindlessly play whilst my mind unravels all of its knots. And if I want to play something just before bed, I will progress towards a run as I know exactly when a good stopping point is. So I won't accidentally trigger a sequence when you can't save for an hour. Basically, once I've done the main story for the first time, the Sacred Run, these games become my pick-up for a little chill time game.
However, it still has its difficulty spikes, don't get me wrong.
I will never forget playing Resident Evil 3 on Inferno difficulty with the infinite rocket launcher, and the final boss against Nem really catching me off guard with its toughness. Or recently fighting Krauser on professional difficulty, as one slap from him takes so much of your health, and if you die you need to do this whole fight again. And I know this isn't a remake, but I will never forget my fight with Resi Village's Heisenberg on the Village of Shadows difficulty because, my god, I was so cross with this boss I could have punched a boulder.
That boulder punching asshole!
Look at how buff my fingers are after that!
Oh, yeah.
But I think this is a good thing, as it means you still feel like you've truly earned the trophy, rather than the game giving it to you on a platter. You could pretend you're all tough after being a boss the rest of the playthrough, but the game has one final, "Are you sure you want to challenge me?" You say yes, and then boom! You get slapped, Leon goes, "Urgh!" You get slapped again, and you're dead. There's always a fight like this on the hardest difficulty in these games, so don't get too comfy.
But here's the thing, doing all these runs, no matter how soothing, tough or silly, has its stories and memories for me. And I can imagine for you too.
And that's why all of these trophies I've earned, all of these streams I've done, all 2 of them, and all of the playthroughs I've done are special to me. And whenever a new mainline game gets released, I get so excited to see the trophy list because I know I'm going to have a fun time with some challenging moments to keep me on my toes. Like I said, my brain has been rewired, so apparently I still do it despite knowing the challenge I face. But who knows if I end up getting the platinum for Resident Evil 4. I just spent 12 hours playing the game on New Game Plus on professional mode without using bonus weapons or the infinite rocket launcher, trying to get the Obtain All Weapons trophy, only then to see it said New Game rather than beat the main story, so I did all of that for nothing. Happy days for me. But if I don't get the platinum, I'm still definitely happy that I've attempted it and put so many hours into this wonderful game.
I'm pretty much a master of unlocking.
So these were the trophies that rewired my brain. What were the trophies that got into your head and gave you a whole new appreciation for a game? Let me know in the comments below. Please like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and hit that notification bell so that you stay up to date with the world of PlayStation. Thank you all so much for watching.
PlayStation